Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? I'm back today for a Vinyl Finds video. But before we get started, I just wanted to say congratulations to the Toronto Raptors for being this year's NBA champs. Excellent final series with Golden State, who are, obviously Golden State's an amazing team. They're facing a few challenges with Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson getting injured, but credit to the Raptors, the city. Here in Toronto and southern Ontario, the city's going crazy, and a huge accomplishment for a franchise that's 24 years old. So congratulations to the Raptors. First record I'm playing in the background. Don't know how well you can hear it. The Best of REM from 1988 to 2003. So this is REM's second greatest hits collection, the first one going up until the album Document, and this one's from the album Green and onwards. Arguably, that first REM best of from their earlier period. It really depends, I think, on what kind of REM you like. I like all REM. Things start getting a bit not weaker, but towards, I guess, after the New Adventures in Hi-Fi album, I kind of lost a little bit of interest. But certainly there's some big hits on here from Green, Out of Time, and especially Automatic for the People, which I think was arguably probably REM's most popular album. The interesting thing about this compilation as well is there's at that time, four brand new songs that weren't on any REM album. So it's good for the REM fan that has all the albums to also get those four tracks. Okay, next we have this band called Alceste. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's a French band from France. These guys, this album is very shoegaze sounding. The band is also been associated with the black metal or death metal movement. I don't really hear that so much. I know some of the vocals on some of their later albums have that sort of screamo kind of sound, but on here there's none of that. This is very much definitely shoegaze, sort of in the My Bloody Valentine guitar kind of realm with male vocals. For any shoegaze fans out there, I definitely recommend this. This is their debut album. The title is Souvenir d'un autre monde. I think it's Memories from Another World or Memories from Another Time, something like that. Couple reggae albums, UB40, Rat in the Kitchen, UB40's album, I believe, from 1986. Pretty popular album for them, includes the title track and Sing Our Own Song, or Sing My Own Song? Sing Our Own Song was the two big hits off of this record. And then another UB40 album that I needed, Promises and Lies. This is from the early 90s. This had the monster #1 hit, the remake of Can't Help Falling in Love, and that really got a lot of attention to this particular album. Another shoegaze record, Swerve Driver, their debut album Raise. Of course, a reissue of this album on Music on Vinyl. Yeah, Music on Vinyl. More high octane shoegaze on the heavier side of shoegaze for sure. The Law's debut album. The song I think everyone will know from this is There She Goes. So some good, I guess, before Britpop took over, you had the Laws come out. I think this is late 80s, early 90s kind of stuff. Then a new release from this year of, archived material, Rory Gallagher Blues. This is a double LP. It looks like a triple gatefold, but it's only two LPs. And as the title suggests, it's Rory Gallagher, very blues influenced material, both electric and acoustic blues. More blues oriented than even his actual studio albums, because it's really a compilation of all blues related material. It's all alternate takes of songs that did appear on some of his albums, plus some unreleased, I guess, songs that didn't appear anywhere. And then a new release of new material from this year, Santana and the album Africa Speaks. Very glossy cover. This is Santana with a female vocalist called Buika, I think is how you say her name. She is a Latino vocalist who has some African roots. There's some African type rhythms on here, but it's also very Latin rock. I like this better than when Santana was doing a lot of the albums with so many different guest vocalists. It didn't really have a nice consistency to it, but this being all with the one vocalist, I much rather prefer this, even though most of the songs are in Spanish. But this is an excellent new release from Santana. And then a King Crimson related release, we have McDonald and Giles. This is Michael Giles on the cover here, who was the drummer on the first two King Crimson albums. He has a very distinctive drum style, very jazzy, very distinctive snare drum sound. And on the back we have Ian McDonald, who was the woodwind player and I believe some keyboards as well on the first King Crimson album, in the Court of Crimson King. And so this is when they left King Crimson after the first couple of albums. This is very King Crimson sounding. On bass we have Peter Giles, who is Michael Giles' brother, who was the bass player on the second King Crimson album, In the Wake of Poseidon. So if you like those first two King Crimson albums, this is a highly recommended album. I've been wanting this on vinyl for a while. I've had the CD for a while. And it's, you know, not as good as the first two King Crimson albums, but very much influenced by that. Then another King Crimson related album. This is called The Scarcity of Miracles by Jacek, Fripp, and Collins. Jacko Jacek, the new lead singer for King Crimson, Robert Fripp, of course, and then Mel Collins, who played on some of the earlier King Crimson albums on sax and flute, along with Tony Levin on bass and Gavin Harrison on drums. So this is very much a King Crimson album, even though it's not credited to King Crimson. It's credited to those three guys on the top, and then on the bottom here it says a King Crimson project. So it was part of the Project series where the guys kind of branched out into other bands, but all 5 members on this album are in the current incarnation of King Crimson. So to me, this is going in the K's under King Crimson. The sound on this is much lighter than other King Crimson albums. The soprano sax by Mel Collins is very prominent on here. Fripp's guitar is very much in the soundscape kind of style, so there isn't really sort of a hard kind of feeling here. Jacko Jacek is a pretty good vocalist. I like the way he sounds, and he also plays guitar as well. But I'll be very honest here, he's no Adrian Belew, and I would much rather prefer a King Crimson with Adrian Belew still in it. A couple more. We have Bad Manners, Can Can. This is a compilation, best of Bad Manners, I believe first 3 albums. So you got some of the bigger hits on here. Lip Up Fatty. What else is on here? Lip Up Fatty. Just trying to see what you guys would know. Here Comes the Major. Echo 4-2. So this is my second Bad Manners comp. About 4 or 5 songs are in common between the two that I've got, but one of my favorite British ska bands, probably my 4th favorite after The Beat, Madness, and The Specials. And then finally, definitely a huge reggae grail for me, the Gladiators and their album Trenchtown Mix-Up. This is from 1976, their debut album. I've been wanting this album for a long time, and I finally paid up for it on Discogs, a mint copy of it. Super pleased to have this album. Of course, the Gladiators, led by lead singer Albert Griffiths. This is as good as roots reggae as you're going to get. The first 3 songs on this Mix-Up, Belly Full, and Looks Is Deceiving, utter classics. Huge reggae grail for me. I'm planning on doing a video of my top 10 reggae albums of all time, and this is definitely going to be somewhere in that top 10, okay? Alright guys, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next time.